Well, when I first stepped through the door at the Blaffer, what most excited me was that I felt I knew this place and I knew its history, and yet there was so much more still to discover. The Blaffer Museum obviously has a great history of innovation, experimentation, even radicality, and I think that's what most drew me here, was the idea that we're in a university space, that we've got this platform, this room, almost this responsibility to push the envelope, to try things out, to really connect with our student base, to connect with Houston, but to be a place where new thinking is encouraged and enlightened. So looking back at our exhibition program of this past year, we were really pleased to start the year with Rebecca Morris, a real painter's painter who explores the terrain of abstract painting and yet does so in a fresh, kind of exploratory way that tries to reinvigorate this time-honored tradition. When we get further into the year and we're looking at the work of Amy Siegel, and I think Amy's practice really kind of represents what we do here at the Blaffer, which is this way where we move very fluidly across media. So when we moved from the summer into the fall, we then had what I really wanted to see as the next chapter in the Blaffer's life. And so we opened Paul and Peggy Sapuya, Jacqueline Nova, and then a little bit later into the season, Gareth Long. And I think that all of these artists were deconstructing traditions. You're looking at portraiture and photography, you're looking at the history of itinerant filmmaking, Jacqueline Nova looking at experimental avant-garde music. But I feel like it represents what the Blaffer wants to be, which is championing and amplifying the voices of people of color, of experimental post-conceptual artists, and building a synergy between our shows. I feel like what makes the Blaffer's exhibition program especially relevant and resonant is that we want to represent a diversity of voices. The artists really reflect both the campus and the community here in terms of race, ethnicity, background, color, interests, and discipline. That makes us part of the fabric of what makes the city so vibrant and a magnet around this country. But what we want to do is increase the visibility and awareness. We want to be a resource and an amenity to both campus and city. And to that regard, we're really trying to expand the footprint of the program here. And that means having parts of exhibitions at the Anderson Library, in the Student Center, in the Architecture Building, circulating throughout the campus. I feel like the Blaffer is an important part of the McGovern College fabric in that we want to be a place for interdisciplinary dialogue, and we've started really supporting a program called Convergence Research, which is meant to be by its very nature experimental, improvisational, and to bring disciplines together so that they can speak and they can debate and they can really interpret art together. We also work very closely with the student community through the Blaffer Art Museum Student Association, or BAMSA for short, which has become very synergistic with what we're doing. We feel like we mentor and help them achieve or pursue a career in the arts, where they feed back to us student input, student energy. They create art, they become our advocates, our champions. A critical part of the Blaffer's program is the way that we design education and public programs so that they expand the impact as well as delve deeper into the nature of our exhibitions here. And whether that's a lunch and learn or a salon or a studio sessions, it's a way for people to expand their thinking around each exhibition. The Blaffer has a strong exhibition history here. I don't feel like we need to reinvent the wheel when we imagine what the future will be. But I do think that we can be increasingly immersive, experiential, and really surround people with the artistic experience. So whether that's Phil Pyle's public art program that weaves and circulates through the campus, or it's Simon Fujiwara's exhibition where you're literally walking through the art. We want that experience that transcends Instagram and social media, that you need to be physically present to feel what art can be, and that it circulates with you and all around you. And I feel like that's what the Blaffer will continue to do, whether that's socially, politically, spatially, or all of those things combined.